The world is filled with endless forms of media that we have created to help entertain one another. Whether it be cartoons, comics, films, novels, etc., there has been that one form of media that has formed who we are one way or another. As years come and go, these types of entertainment outlets have been modeled, reformed, and forged from the ground up. Still, one that seems to have gained such a huge cult following over the past few decades and seems to rival media of such high caliber comes to us from almost 6,300 miles across the sea. Anime, depending on who you are, is a world that sparks this immediate sense of excitement in one's eyes and has been around for far back as many fans of the animation style can think. We can find its origin story going as far back as over a century ago. The first animated film in Japan, which would soon be referred to as the first anime, premiered in late 1916 and was drawn using chalk and was only 5 minutes long and followed a simple story. Follow along the timeline, and like most things in the world, this art style went through many different metamorphoses, constantly adapting new styles and storytelling techniques, and eventually presenting us with some of the most iconic characters and stories to come to date.
So anime to me is really just like this very big, new, exciting world. And there's just like so much to anime. There's so many things to discover in anime, and like there's a really big community that I'm excited to like sort of like mingle with, and like I have a lot of friends who like anime. So just like anime to me right now is something that's really exciting and new.
Anime to me is something that helps you escape reality, something that takes you to like an adventurous, comedic, dramatic land or show that's not normal TV to people in the United States, but in Japan and probably some other places in the world is normal and is awesome and is creative.
Anime to me is an escape, I would say. Not necessarily a bad one, but just a fun escape from the reality that we live in. It's kind of boring in here, so, it's fun to go outside.
Then, like that of the golden age of television, the golden age of anime came in the 1980s, which saw not only this massive explosion of new shows and stories being developed within the art style, but an even more massive growth in the genres and fan interest around the world. Fast forward all the way to today, and we can see that thanks to the passion of many artists and the support from many fans alike, we have come to a new age of anime where not only have the stories grown, the artistry has gone above and beyond, and the cult following has gotten to almost mind-blowing levels.
Preach, I just do what comes natural. 5-star, everything I see. Live large, no apology. Take charge, no one can compete. I just do what comes natural.
This is the age where people have found a world to which they can be themselves. Anime has grown over the last few decades into something no one probably expected it to be. A worldwide phenomenon. But stepping back down on our timeline, we would see that this worldwide form of media many of us enjoy in the US today took a bit of a journey to reach us over on the East Coast. While it was already dominating in Japan, anime's first big splash in America was in the 1960s and came in the form of Osamu Tezuka's Astro Boy, which premiered January 1st, 1963, and whose English adaptation premiered on NBC on September of that same year. This was America's first taste of Japanese-style animation and storytelling in the form of anime. It was a huge success. Another one of the big names to drop in America for that first time was the highly famous Speed Racer, which premiered in 1967. Though both of these shows dropped within 4 years of each other, a number of recurring patterns emerged. Characters' names were changed, certain pieces of content were either altered or removed due to American audiences' sensitivity to violence or suggestive content, and of course, much of the dialogue was re-edited in order to fit English scripting. These patterns would soon become a regular norm for the next several years that followed.
악마가 고사시되고
People are drawing the anime for some reason, like I said, it's just regular TV but anime. You know, people are drawing the anime because of the storylines, the connections they feel with characters, you know, all that type of fun stuff that makes anime literally what it is.
It's more of just letting your imagination just run wild for a second. Embracing fantasy and just living it out, really.
So I think people usually watch to like hop on the bandwagon kind of thing. But like another thing is that it's definitely unique in the sense that like what show can you watch where you eat a finger and you'll get power from it? Like it's definitely really cool, unique, and fun. So I feel like people are drawn to that idea.
I would say in current times, I feel like people just are drawn to the hype of it, but after a while it helps, like they actually start to like it, but I feel like most of the reason why people are drawn to it is because there's an anime pretty much for everything that you could ever like.
Diamond. You shine like a diamond. You shine like a diamond.
Like every popular set of media in the world, there comes those debates that will set an entire chat room on fire, and anime is not one without its own fair share of disagreements. None which has sparked more Twitter overload and or Discord flame wars than that immortal question: which is better, dubbed or subbed? What exactly do we mean when we ask whether an anime is better in sub or dubbed? Well, for all my non-anime watchers out there, it's time for a brief and quick vocab lesson. So pencils up, children. Sub, or subbed, is anime in what is basically its most purest form, almost like an untouched diamond. All original voices, which means, of course, in Japanese. All original scenes and visuals, be they risque or very risque. And of course, English subtitles, which the great anime gods chose to bless upon us lucky English speakers in order to show us the joys of reading again.
危ねえ何すんだリュックには大事な弁当が入ってんだぞ
手配書と
Dub, or dubbed, is another great gift blessed upon us from the anime gods. Though you are watching the same anime, many things about it are changed. The voice actors are different, the dialogue might even be changed in order to flow better, and even certain scenes may be edited out. And one more important thing to note is that dubbed doesn't necessarily mean just English, but almost any other language that the show may have a huge following in, which includes French and even German.
Yo, Gojo! Okay, so I have the best idea. After school today, you and I should...
I'd love to, but I can't. There's something else I have to do.
Gojo, come here. About today. Bathroom break? Gojo! Where are you? Are you in here? Gojo! Gojo, come on!
I would say subbed is better overall, unless, like, you know, dubbed is good, but just if the voice actors are okay. You know, there's a lot of debate between that, you know, that dubbed and sub. I know you do.
Yeah, I do sub.
Obviously, you know, I'm not a child, so I watch subbed anime because I can read and watch it at the same time. You know, I'm not a 2-year-old.
I'd say sub too, but no, I won't bash dub watchers, but I feel like subbed is like some things you can't translate from Japanese to English, so I feel like that's another reason why like you should stick to sub. But yeah, dub, I'm not opposed to dubbed.
Even though there are many who prefer one over the other, many have agreed that these two differences in languages come with their own advantages when viewing anime.
Yeah, I think like watching it how it's intended to watch is how I look at it. Like, I think because they put a lot of thought into who's the Japanese voice actor for these characters. And I think I feel like I've noticed with English like dub, sometimes they go for a different like feel for the character entirely. So I don't know, I think it's like two different worlds. I don't like bash people for watching dubbed, but like I think subbed is just superior.
Subbed allows you to experience the culture implications that you'd otherwise miss out on when watching dubbed, but also because in a nutshell, subbed is the anime in its most untouched form, not having undergone any major changes and letting its audience experience the entirety of the show in its original and most emotional forms and texture. While dubbed is being able to experience the show in a whole new way, getting to hear the words spoken by a character in a new form, experiencing a new level of emotion the English actors might bring to the screen, and let's not forget, not having to read subtitles. We might never reach a compromise within the war of subbed or dubbed, and it might just be one of those things that holds anime culture together. But if there's one thing all of us anime fans can agree on, it's this.
Dub is trash, bro! It's trash! Ugh, gross! Subs feel more real.
Dubs are hilarious! Some of the translations are super funny.
Okay, maybe we circle back to this.
You have nothing to threaten me with.
While some of the biggest names in Hollywood are actors that we see on television and movie screens, showing off their acting skills by using their physical and facial attributes, there are unsung heroes within the acting world who bring a new level of acting power to the entertainment screen, all while only needing their voice and their passion. Let's talk about
Insane, inside, the danger gets me high. Can't help myself, got secrets I can't tell. I love the smell of gasoline. I light the match to taste the heat. I've always liked to play with fire.
Yeah, it's their job. They're so good at it, and like the emotions that they're able to get out just from their voice, like that's like amazing that you're able to do that.
I feel like sometimes the voices could be done a little better, like especially like if you started reading the manga. I feel like it could have been chosen better because you already had a voice in your head for it. But other than that, as long as they do their job well, it is what it is.
the world of anime voice acting, especially dubbed voice acting, is one that requires actors to bring everything they have to a role, not only to make a scene as intense as it is, but to do even more justice to those who have voiced character originally. With some of the most notable characters being created, you need even more notable voices behind them, and some of the most notable anime voice actors within the dub world have done just that.
I mean, that's some impressive work. I think like any voice actor is extremely impressive, and I know like not all dubbed is bad. Unlike if you watch like a foreign film, like dubbed is not good because we know that there's like a different director involved and everything like that, so it's just not authentic to what the story actually is. But in anime, I think that can be a little bit differently, even though I still think that like subbed is the way to go. But yeah, overall, I just say like it's extremely impressive.
Anime voice actors, I'm going to say that I definitely feel a lot more emotion in subbed. But I have to constantly remind myself that I can't speak Japanese and that I have to follow the subtitles. But for dubbed, yeah, it's good when the voice actors are good.
These actors include, but are not limited to, Sean Schemmel, who is most known for his role as one of the big three of anime, Goku, from the world phenomenon series Dragon Ball Z, Johnny Young Bosch, famously known for his role as Ichigo in the long-running series Bleach, and Bryce Poppenbrook, who though has quite a few renowned characters under his belt, is most notably known for his portrayal of Eren Yeager in the hit series Attack on Titan. Hold on, pause. The fanboying got to me for a second. Now, for my boasting so far, you non-committed anime fans may believe that anime voice acting is dominated purely by the males, but I would certainly have to prove you wrong. Some of the most notable famed characters to date have been voiced by none other than women, and with me recording this around Women's History Month, I would be beside myself if I didn't take a moment to recognize the amazing voice actresses who not only absolutely dominate in the traditional female role, but in the male role as well.
Don't think about it, just move your body. Listen to the music, sing oh, eh, oh. Just move those left feet, go ahead, get crazy. Anyone can do it, sing oh, eh, oh. Show the world you got that fire. Feel the rhythm getting louder. Show the room what you can do, prove to them you got the moves. Hey, I don't know about you, but I feel better when I'm dancing, yeah, yeah. Better when I'm dancing, yeah, yeah.
They're dope. They're so dope.
That's pretty cool.
Because I just mentioned Hunter x Hunter and Naruto. The person who voices the main characters for both is the same person. She is so cool. I think that's really cool to be able to like, and I think we see it more in Japanese culture where they voice someone of the opposite gender. It's just like a new form of acting, like with your voice. Like that is voice acting. I think that's really cool.
I like it, love it. If the voice works and it fits, it fits. Again, you know, Principal Perry, Lab Rats, and Naruto. Never expected it, but it was a very pleasant surprise when I saw it.
Makes perfect sense. Male voice actors can't do male characters anymore because their voices are too deep. So female voice actors most of the time play younger males, but there are some female voice actors that do play adult males, but it doesn't matter. It's all fun. It doesn't ruin it.
I feel like some people might want to make an argument like, oh, she's a woman, she can't actually play like a man properly. Maybe, I don't really know. But, you know, I think that the character is written how they're meant to be written, and then like really any person can voice them as long as they can do the voice like accurately.
I mean, shoot, they goated. Like, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Like, pretty sure, well, 100% Naruto's a woman. Pretty sure Frieza is a woman. Frieza isn't a woman? Okay. Well, regardless, they be killing it. I mean, shout out to the women, because, I mean, especially when they be kids. I mean, if that's the best way you could do it, then that's the best way you could do it. Shoot. I got no complaints.
The most well-known female voices, who can also be known as the queens of anime, include Masako Nozawa, who is known for her portrayal as none other than the original Japanese voice actress for Goku, sharing that great title with Sean Schemmel. There is also Junko Takuchi, famous for her role as another one of the big three in anime, Naruto Uzumaki from the series Naruto. Colleen Clinkenbeard, one of the most well-known dub actresses and known for her role as the captain of the Straw Hat Pirates himself, Monkey D. Luffy, from the series One Piece. Erica Mendez, who is most known for her work as young licensed hunter Gon from the series Hunter x Hunter, and Brittany Krabowski, who has many voices under her belt and is most recently known for her work as Rimuru Tempest from the critically acclaimed series That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Though many of us may not be able to recognize them by face or name, what makes these talented individuals as famous as they are is not the popularity that comes with being an actor, but instead the heart and soul they bring to their role, and the ability to be recognized by their voice through only one word being uttered.
I feel better when I'm dancing. I'm better when I'm dancing. Hey, oh, hey, oh. I feel better when I'm dancing. Yeah, yeah. Better when I'm dancing. Yeah, yeah. Don't you know we can do this together? Bet you feel better when you're dancing. Yeah, I feel better when I'm dancing. I'm better when I'm dancing. Hey, feel better when I'm, yeah.
We all need that one thing that inspires that inner imagination that still remains within us. We all need that something to spark that sudden pulse of emotion and excitement. We all need that one outlet of entertainment that allows us to express who we truly are.
争い合って壊れかかったこのお茶目な星で生まれ落ちた日からよそ者涙枯れ果てた帰りゆく場所は夢の中こぼれ落ちた先で出会った
Yes and no. Some anime, based on the morals and principles and just overall lessons that they teach, have influenced me, but I wouldn't say 100%. More like 35.
I would say yes because like after reading and watching a lot of anime and manga over the years, I've noticed that a lot of the things that like I've learned throughout my life, like I feel like I've also learned a lot from like how to be a good friend as well from reading like a lot of like shonen manga and watching a lot of shonen anime. It just shows like virtues of being a good friend. Like if you're in need, I got you.
Yeah, I'd say so. Since I've been watching it, I guess I've been watching it since I was a kid in a way, because like I would watch my dad watch anime, so I could like indirectly watch the anime, and then like also like Dragon Ball and like Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid. I've been watching it all my life, so I feel like yeah, I've definitely been influenced by anime.
But then around the time of high school I started watching it, I started to turn to a person that was like, well, I only care about who I am, you know? And if I'm good enough for myself, that's all that really should matter. So yeah, I do say watching anime made me like turn the corner into being like, you know what, whatever you do, that's cool for you and you be proud of who you are. So definitely.
It's definitely influenced my interests. For some reason, you know, watch Prince of Tennis, want to play tennis, you know. It just be like that sometimes, you know.
Yeah, that kind of sounds dramatic, but like how Naruto is, and you know, like the don't give up attitude, like being really positive and stuff, actually influenced me, because I think like as a kid I was more like into the motto of like an eye for an eye, like if someone hurts you, you hurt them back type of thing. Not a good mindset, but Naruto was like, hey, like there's a bright side to things, like you should be a good person. So I think anime has really given me like a more optimistic outlook in life. I don't know, it's really fun to watch. It's really encouraging. It makes you feel more uplifted.
What started as just another idea of entertainment for the public has grown into something more. In this culture, there are no cool groups, there are no nerdy groups, or even weird groups. There are only those fellow fans who all share that one love for the story and art that let us take witness to an out-of-this-world experience. So the next time someone asks you why you watch anime, tell them this. The question isn't why do I watch anime? The real question is, why haven't you started?
さあ家に帰ろうか今日は何食べようかこんなことがあったって君と話したかったんだいつの日も君となら喜劇よ驚きしむベッドで笑い声出たままでも探そうかできるだけ暮らそうかこんなことがあったって君と話したかったんだいつまでも君となら喜劇よ分かち合えた日々に笑い声出た先にふざけた生活は続くさあの日交わした血に勝るもの心たちの契約を手をつなぎ帰ろうか今日は何食べようかこんなことがあったって君と話したかったんだいつの日も君となら喜劇よ驚きしむベッドで笑い声出たままでふざけた生活は続くさ劣ってると言われ育ったこのイかれた星で普通のふりをして気づいた誰が決めつけた